I am Sarah.
And I'm Douglas, and we're here to talk about Claim to Fame, Episode 2.
That's right, we're going to talk about it. But first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe to give this video a thumbs up. Those are two different things.
You could do those two things, and we'd appreciate that.
We would. Hi, everybody. All right, Episode 2, we had a double elimination. Two people are going home.
This was good.
It was cute.
Double elimination was good for this group of people.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a good thing for this group of people because they need to do some learning.
Oh, they need to do some learning?
Yeah, because there's some people who want to play. And there's some people who are playing their own games or have figured out like, oh, I think this is how it works. And this episode was a good, like, you're not going to control.
Oh, yeah. I think we saw some good game.
Yeah, but we saw some good,
like, back and forth, tit for tat, good some game here. But at the top of the episode, we're sort of being reminded that Gracie Lou got Naomi's clue. She's talking it out with us.
Which is one of your favorite tongue twisters to warm up before we do the
Gracie Lou's Naomi's clue.
Yeah. Gracie Lou and Naomi's clue.
Blah, 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 blah.
To Kalamazoo.
Yes. That's exactly how we warmed up. She obviously says Molly Ringwald. That's what we're mostly thinking here. Unless Claim to Fame got really sneaky this season, but no. That's it.
And what did they do last season? They did something last season, right? Where they had two people that were super duper close to each other.
We did. We saw. Yeah, was it the Osmond and Dolly? Was she Dolly Parton's niece?
Yeah, it was something like that.
Where we weren't sure if they were actually knew each other.
Right. Like, we're like, oh, they could have run into each other at like a social event.
Such a good question, Kathy. Like, just bone up on some pop culture. Read some People magazine.
Right. Oh, right.
How do you become a Jill?
How far in advance do you know that you're going to be on?
Sometimes they don't have a ton of time.
But even if you've submitted for it,
just start prepping, just in case. If you're doing one interview,
do like Jeopardy light preparation, where you say like top 100 pop artists of the last 50 years, top 100 TV shows of the last 50 years, just kind of like do like a little scan through them.
Well, our first little game bit here in this episode is we see an alliance form. We see Adam saying he's really close to HUD and really close to Naomi, and he wants to make a bit of an alliance here, and they agree to pull each other's clue to keep it from other people. How do you feel about this?
Well, how I feel about this is it was Adam's original plan, right?
I think
it was
so.
Adam's plan, and I think Naomi, who I do believe has good strategic mind about her, she seemed to accept it as like, okay. But I think we saw her saying, for now. But even the way that it was framed, I think at least one, if not two of them said, let's just stick together until we take each other out.
Yeah.
Like real honestly saying like the three of us, and then we'll start taking each other out. Like,
well, I think ideally it's like it's down to us, the final three, then we have to take each other out, right? But strategically, you can only make your game for now anyway. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if somebody's going to accidentally get out or whatever. But if this is your group you're working with, I really loved the idea of let's get each other's clues and keep it from other people. If you could make that work, if they could be loyal, I think that's really smart.
I'm excited to see it. Do you think HUD was sold on it?
It's hard to say. They seem to agree, but like I don't know that we fully got to know anyone except for maybe Naomi a little bit in this episode, right?
We got a little bit more on Miguel as well.
All right, we're gonna go into our first challenge. Yay! I love the challenges. It's a spelling bee in a pond of sorts.
Yeah.
You were like, was this here before?
Was that water feature at the house last season?
We didn't see it.
If so, I forgot.
Did it rain and they just like it became a lake?
Is it one of those things like, oh, let's just fill up this area with water?
Yeah. I don't remember there being like a lake.
Because it was so built for that game. Yeah, anyway.
It was great. They had little boats. We were going to divide into 2 teams. We've got a blue team that had Gracie, Lou, Hud, Jill, Shane. I feel like I'm missing someone there. Red was Naomi, Adam, Diedrich, Danny, Miguel. So I'm missing Mackenzie. Mackenzie was on blue, I guess.
Just one thing I like about like this game is that it's like it's a real Survivor light version of the game where they're not really talking too much about the rules. Like you don't have to do something like if you misspell it, you got it, all the letters have to go back, or like whatever, like one of those rules that you'd have on like one of the more intense shows where you're just like you can't use one of those letters again for 30 seconds, or all the letters have to go back to the original place. And you have to bring a fresh batch of letters. This was just like, hey, go get some letters.
They're like, just move that I around. Just now put the R there.
Yeah, and when they go and get the letters, they can just keep them once they have them.
Yeah.
So it's just like, well, why wouldn't you just go and get all the letters?
But isn't that why we like Claim to Fame?
It is.
It's cute. It's fun. The brothers are sitting over there laughing like, that's not how you spell that at all. Yeah. We love it.
Yeah, there were some really funny moments. Like, some really funny, like...
Well, we start off really rough. Just, Danny can't even get in a boat.
I don't like that.
I didn't like it either.
I didn't like how much they featured it in the edit.
Because Danny was the last one to be picked, so you already feel bad, and then he can't get in the boat. It was like, oh man.
Yeah, I didn't love the way that was featured in the edit.
But I did love that. Then Danny was like, look, I'll just do this part, okay? I don't need to be in a boat. And we're like, yes, just do the letters up there.
Yep.
So they're gonna have to like figure out a riddle, go get the letters out in the water, bring the letters back, and we do hear that Mackenzie's celebrity has a goatee. Mm-hmm. There's a goatee word, clue, and she says, "Boop, that's me."
Yeah. What's the first goatee that comes to mind? Yeah, what's the first
goatee? Jeff Foxworthy.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Did he have a goatee?
You know what it comes to mind?
One of them did.
For some reason, what comes to mind, I know plenty of people have goatees.
Okay.
But one of the ones that pops to mind is Garth Brooks.
Does he have a goatee?
He had a goatee, period.
He did, yeah. You're right.
Like, I think of 90s, or maybe second album. I'm just going to keep hitting this table.
I know. I brought it up. I said, last season, you hit the table.
And now
you're like, okay, let's do it again.
I have my knees set up to hit the table as much as possible.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think when you think goatee? That could be a number of people. Blue's going to get one pretty quickly. Then Red's going to get one. And then Blue is going to not know how to spell.
Yeah, and I think that's why they featured Danny so much in the edit, was because they were setting us up for the fact of, oh my goodness, they're in trouble, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, what was that word that they were, Jubilee? Or was it giraffe? Oh, it was giraffe. That was their first problem.
Well, and that was the one with Adam, and it really was one of those kind of like a social psychologist would have looked at this and been like, yes, this is what happens, is too many people talking,
yeah,
and makes you unable to solve a simple problem because you have no room to say giraffe, not graph.
Giraffe. Like giraffe is not GR. That was hilarious.
Or grave. And so
but yeah, it's too many people yelling at you, right?
Right. You can't, you don't have and like many people, even many of us would have been the same way.
Would have been like,
because of the cacophony around them. I
mean, I definitely would have been like, is it 2 F's and an E or 1 F and a, like I can see that, but the GIR part, come on.
I would have just hit spell check.
Yeah. Okay.
I would have put the letters up there and then I just would have done autocorrect.
So they're getting that wrong. So that allows Red to get a second and a third before Blue is going to finally get their second one. Then Red's going to get a fourth, Blue's going to get their third, and then Red's going to go ahead and win it. Even though we did see Red struggle, because what did they have? Chastity?
Mm-hmm.
Which we both said celibacy.
Celibacy.
The way it was phrased, it sounded like...
But I think, when I thought about that afterwards, I was saying celibacy is...
The vow?
Is not having sex.
You can say it.
What's that?
I was gonna say you can say it.
Yeah. SEX on this channel.
He was like, have the.
But I think you take a vow of chastity. I think
the vow is chastity. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we both were like, wait, what? Maybe they were like right word, wrong spelling. So we're like Valkyrie, chastity are the last two, I believe.
Yeah, or maybe like a monk takes a vow of celibacy because that's going to be like, hey, for my life, I'm not going to do this.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Or a nun. But I think chastity is I'm not going to do it until I'm married.
Mm-hmm. Our words are goatee, which we already talked about, alley-oop, basketball player, Cherry's Jubilee, so we might have a chef, Jubilee, right? Or do we have a queen, a golden Jubilee?
Oh, do you think the ghost of Queen Elizabeth II is one of the...
I think one of Prince William's aunts or uncles or cousins.
Have we had a deceased
celebrity
yet?
I don't think so. That's a good question. I don't think so, right?
No.
I think we might about to. There's someone in this house we think is related to someone who has passed. This would be the first season. We think. Gemini, is that meaning twin or astronaut? Because they used it like astronaut. But do we think someone is a famous twin? Is that what it is?
The clue was related to astronaut.
Yeah.
But people were relating it to, are crabs Gemini?
No, they're not. Crabs are Cancer. And of course, I noticed that on the clue wall because I think Cancer, but there's two of them.
I think is Cancer just one crab?
There's just one crab. Gemini is the twins.
I thought Pisces was twins.
Pisces is two fish. But Gemini is the sign of the twins. So it easily means twins. And I guess the two crabs is supposed to just be twins on the board.
First of all, what is the relationship between the Pisces fish? Are they friends?
Let's get into it, guys. They're two fish going in two different directions. Pisces love to go this way. Do they know each other? And then they go this. Not necessarily. They're not necessarily related at all.
And then with the Gemini thing, it probably is too far for this show to say they are twins that were born under the sign of Gemini.
I mean,
that's too far for this show.
It's not too far for me. Let's do it. I know.
Yeah.
I grew up with a set of twins who are Geminis. I love it.
But this isn't claim to Sarah.
Oh, okay, got it.
This is claim to fame.
Giraffe. What the heck does that mean? Who's related to a giraffe?
Yeah, what does giraffe even make me think of? It makes me think of Jeffrey Giraffe from Toys R Us because I'm old.
Giraffe could be Toys R Us. Hangover.
Oh, was that a giraffe?
They horribly decapitated that giraffe in that awful scene that you and I don't like.
I can't.
That's the only thing. Or someone's a zoologist. Like, is there a famous zoologist? Alimony. What does that mean? Someone's famously divorced. Like, that's all of the celebrities.
Right.
That's everybody.
That's not narrowing nothing down.
Maracas. What are we? Just is it a musician or is it just Spanish? Or is it from a specific movie or something? What is that?
Yeah, like the only one I can think of is Carmen Miranda was known for shaking maracas.
Yeah.
But I can't think of another like famous like image in my mind of a maraca.
This is the big one.
Right.
What is Valkyrie? In reference to, for this.
Right.
What's celebrity?
Because it could be Tom Cruise.
If we're talking about the movie?
Talking about the movie Valkyrie. It could be with Ride of the Valkyrie is Wagner.
So someone's related to Wagner?
Yeah, maybe. I think I don't know if that's what that is, but it would.
Who else wasn't Brad Pitt in Valkyrie?
Was he?
I didn't see the movie, but I thought it was.
I just know Tom Cruise has an eye patch.
He has an eye patch and a bad accent.
No, what they do in the movie Valkyrie, oh my goodness, this is lovely. They do this thing where they like slowly walk you in, like they speak German and then they just start speaking English to say, this is what it would sound like if German people were talking to each other. It would just sound like I understand what you're saying.
I would definitely.
And so they just do this, like they'll switch. So I don't think Tom Cruise ever has to speak with me.
Are you talking about Zootopia, Kathy? I didn't see it because, it's animated, but Zootopia is an animated.
Yeah.
All of the.
And I do like Zootopia, which would be Shakira, right?
Shakira.
Although, is she a giraffe or a gazelle?
Does she do a voice? I only knew she did the music. She does a voice,
I think she's
too?
like a... Yeah, well, she's the big art. They go to see this gazelle perform, and it's
gazelle.
Shakira. I love that song, by the way. Try Everything.
Who is it?
Oh,
Is it Everybody Loves Raymond is the lead for Zootopia? Or am I making that up? Who's the lead?
It's a little gal. It's a little rabbit.
I thought it was like a lion or something.
I'm
Guys, we don't know
animated. I'm sure there's a lion in there, but it's a little rabbit that wants to become a police officer.
Oh, Madagascar.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Everybody Loves Raymond? Somebody is Everybody Loves
Raymond. Everybody loves Raymond. Okay. Everybody loves Raymond. Nobody loves his brother.
All right, and chastity. Yeah, there's a handful of people who pretend that they're not having sex and make a thing about it.
And what did they say about what is the thing with the Jonas Brothers?
Because the oldest one, Kevin, who's our host, he did that. Because I think back then, when the Jonas Brothers were teenagers and big, I think they were pretending.
Are they Utahers?
I don't think so. I think they're New Jersey, right? Who are the other ones? I do remember some other celebrities saying that. Didn't like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake have a...
Yeah.
No.
It's so difficult.
Nobody believed that.
It's so difficult for those stars to transition. And I think, that's a good safety thing.
Alrighty. So after we do this challenge, red team obviously has won. That means Naomi is the winner. She was the captain of that group. She's going to get to pull a clue. Gracie Lou, unfortunately, was the leader of blue, who loses. She will be a guesser for sure, and she's going to have to choose someone else.
Gracie Lou from blue has to pick two.
Oh, this is another warm-up we're working on.
And Gracie Lou, folks, we're gonna learn now. I mean, this
episode.
Bad
for Gracie Lou at this point.
Oh no, I don't.
Because she's like a good gamer, and she's just like, bad luck. You're gonna be a guesser.
What makes you say she's a good gamer? Because I think her social game is flawed.
Well, yeah, I don't think it was perfect, but I did think that she had like a strong lead in the first episode. But here we are. We see Naomi and Adam are discussing, there's a lot of discussing Miguel here, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to hear Desi Arnaz, who I believe Adam was like, no idea who you're talking about. I don't think he even knew who Lucille Ball was. He was like, all of this.
Oh, yeah. So do you think that was a act, or do you think he was being serious?
No,
I couldn't tell if that was...
Why would he be acting?
Because he wants to play dumb, or wants to seem like maybe it's something too close to his person. Maybe he's Lucille Ball, or something like that. So he's like, I don't even know who that person is. I think I was suspicious of someone who's never even heard of Lucille Ball, and then the fact that he did a honeymooners line. And
that is weird if you're acting out honeymooners, but you don't know much about Lucy.
Right.
That was bizarre.
Yeah, but he said to the moon, but he said it like it was Don Corleone or something like that.
Well, he's just not good at impressions.
I was like, that doesn't sound like Jackie Gleason.
Do you have a Jackie Gleason impersonation or impression?
No, I don't even remember what he really sounds like.
Why are we talking about the oldest people in the world?
Although, folks, if you want a good cry, Nothing in Common. It's a movie to check out.
I don't want to cry.
Who was that? I think that might be Tom Hanks and Jackie Gleason.
The references. We're losing audience members as we talk about all these old references. Thank you.
I get that one confused with
keep it going.
With another old
the blue group is gonna work together. It seems like they were like, hey, we lost. Gracie's gonna have to go up there. Someone else is gonna have to go up there. Let's pull all of our clues together. Let's talk. And now we're gonna hear Antonio Banderas. Right. Again, we're talking Miguel. Poor Miguel. We were already worried about Miguel in episode 1.
His mental health.
Yes, I'm concerned about his mental health.
It was irresponsible to put him in this game.
It seems, allegedly,
I
it seems.
still think so. When you catch him, like, little things, like, behind the, like, during the game, when they won, like, his reaction, which is, like, in the background, is, like, that's a little too intense, buddy.
Oh, I don't think I noticed.
Yeah. Like,
but I did notice that he got kicked out of a room and he tried to eavesdrop, but he got caught. He knows people are talking about him.
But that was an Adam and Naomi one, right?
And he cooks up actually a good plan.
Now, this brings me to question this. Was Naomi the only one who clacked, sorry, Miss Jackson, but I'm for real?
When did I didn't clock it. What are you talking about?
The end of the last episode with the Jackson thing.
Oh yeah, no. They clocked the whole. Well, it seemed like, we don't know. It's just an edit. It seemed like the whole table.
Why wasn't that everyone's first person to put up there?
Oh, right. Well, because this might be a Biles situation. Do we want to blow that one yet?
Right. And what Jackson?
Well, I feel like you could say any Jackson and he's related to them. You can't be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to tell me I'm wrong if I said Janet and not Michael. They're all related. Okay.
Not Randy Jackson, though. We talked about some other ones.
Yes, right.
Reggie Jackson, Randy Jackson, Jesse Jackson.
Look, I was worried about Miguel, but he sure impressed me. We're going to see him say, mumble, mumble, Banderas way. And then it like spreads. We see it spread through the house. Some people are like, yep, we got him. Ha, ha, ha. Caught. When we're like, oh, we know he's not related to Antonio Banderas because we think he's not related to someone Latin.
Because his name's not Miguel.
Yes, he's playing them.
And he's just playing into racism.
This is turning into, yes, right. He's turning it into, this is so smart. This is turning into being, I was like jealous that I wouldn't be able to pull something like that off. You know?
To be able to culturally appropriate someone else's race for your own personal gain.
We're gonna see Naomi pick the clue in the clue room. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to get a screen grab of it, so I can't put it up here. The clue.
We don't need to because
Douglas nailed it immediately.
And I was so excited about it.
You were. What we do remember is cherry bomb painter artist thing. And then a knee, like an injury.
With little pain things coming out.
Right.
Needle and thread.
So, thumbs up. Yeah. So, first, before you tell us what a genius you are.
I think a lot of people must have got it.
Naomi, this is HUD's clue, by the way. I don't think I said that.
Kathy.
Naomi goes off on such a obscure tangent that I was like, oh no, girl.
Too smart for her own good.
Too smart for her. She has too much info in the noggin, and she took a long route from the Runaways Cherry Bomb, which is a song, and then she like came back to the one that's not even famous.
Yeah.
I was like, she's not on this show.
That's the other one I liked. Kathy, your husband's a man after my own heart. But yeah, the owl is speaking bubble is who sings.
Who
sings.
Yes, the owl. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So Douglas though immediately was like, "Hurts so good."
A Cherry Bomb, which is a John Cougar Mellencamp song.
Hurts so good.
Who sings? Artist. The Cherry Bomb artist who sings Hurts So Good.
I think everyone knows Hurts So Good. Come on, baby, now.
I don't want to get a takedown notice from how accurately I sing.
Yeah,
John Cougar
you sound just like
John
him.
Cougar or John Mellencamp.
Right, who dropped that cougar. Who dropped it.
So that's HUD.
So HUD is related to Mellencamp. We are 99% sure on that one.
100, and then I could see it in his eyes once it did it, but maybe that was, me wanting to see it. But Naomi did follow the plan. She did the thing. She went and picked one of the three of them.
Oh, sorry, Sophie. We should always say that we're like revealing a clue.
Dang it.
But Kathy got there first. But sorry about that. Yeah.
Sorry, Sophie.
I should say that. That's on me.
Dang it.
That's
on me.
It's okay. We'll put it.
I said the words. I said the words.
Yeah. No, that's our guess. It's not confirmed yet, but that's pretty solid. John Cougar Mellencamp. But poor Naomi is lost in the sauce. She did not get Mellencamp.
Oh, right.
She's still on I forget the girl's name, the other runaway.
Yeah, someone else from the runaway who also sang Cherry Bomb.
Who's a twin? Or has twins or something?
I don't know. That's...
Oh my goodness. Oh. No. That's unfortunate for Naomi. Then we find out Jill doesn't know who Antonio Banderas is.
But just remember,
Okay, yeah.
but Naomi did play to the system.
Yeah.
So now Adam, HUD, and Naomi have one of the three.
She kept the clue, right? Yes, of her group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we know the only other clue in play is Naomi's.
Yes, at this point, yes.
Yeah.
And so she shows it to HUD. She says, yeah, I've got your clue. And he looks at it and he's like, huh, interesting. But they don't talk about it. Which I was
fine.
like...
That's fine. You don't have to tell me your thing because eventually they're going to have to take each other out. So he's like,
yeah,
that's my clue.
That's smart.
Yeah.
That's smart.
I don't have to... Yes, that is my clue, obviously, but I don't have to tell you about it.
Oh, I don't know. Did John Mellencamp have a Jubilee title in his? Because then that takes off my show.
Well, that could be Cherry Bomb.
But I
Cherry's
think Jubilee was the word, Jubilee.
Oh, maybe he had an album called Jubilee.
I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Okay, Jill, we find out she's trying to figure out how you say Banderas because she doesn't know who Antonio Banderas is.
So she doesn't know who Antonio Banderas is, and someone else, and Adam doesn't know who Desi Arnaz is.
Yeah, but you should know Antonio Banderas. He's still alive and well.
He's alive.
Yeah. HUD and Gracie Lou are gonna chat, and they're discussing like she could put somebody else up to go for Miguel, and then if that's wrong, she could go for Miguel second, because it's either Desi Arnaz or Antonio Banderas they're thinking. And I was like, ew, this is not going well for Miguel. Even though I didn't think either was correct.
We know that neither one of those is correct.
But I was like, do not put Miguel up back to back. That's horrible.
Right.
That's awful.
And is this when Naomi makes the move of the century?
Yes. Let's get to it. Gracie Lou is going to try to make the move of the century. She goes to Naomi with Naomi's clue. And she's like, so I have it. Something about Breakfast Club. And of course, Naomi's heart's like, oh snap, she said Breakfast Club.
And she does what you're supposed to do, which is like, I don't know what that means.
I don't get it.
Even though they both know that she knows what that means. So she's like, I don't know, I don't get it. She says Breakfast Club. Okay, great. Okay.
Huh.
What do you want me to say?
Huh, what's that about? Then Gracie's like, you want to give me HUD's clue? Like, because, I have to guess today, and like, we could be alliance bros here.
And then she has to make the call. Like her allegiance to her alliance with Cindy Lou Who is no more than 2, was immediately tested. And she
starts to just give her information about Adam.
Right. No. Wait. Does she start to get the information?
Well, she does not show the clue. And they move from HUD to Adam. Like, this is where I don't like editing. Because I was like, how did she go from, please show me HUD's clue, to, well, I'm pretty sure Adam's related to Dustin Hoffman.
What was it? I thought the threat was what was in between those.
Okay, what was the threat?
She said, if you don't do this, I'm going to show your clue to someone else. And I feel like that threat made Naomi go, all right. Because she said, like in the confessional, like, don't threaten me. Like, that gets me up against the wall.
Sure.
And so she made a big move where she's like, I'm going to give you a lie and pretend that it's the truth with so much conviction. And she's like, I'm 95% sure that Adam is related to Dustin Hoffman. And she's like, how sure are you? Are you really that sure? She's like, I'm like 100% sure.
I just thought this was interesting because, like, I get it, Gracie, you got to try, right? She has to try something.
She threatened her.
But the threat is just not going to work, right?
It's never going to. You're not going to build an alliance. You're saying
that you're going to go share my clue, then I have to get you out. You have my clue. And now you're threatening me that you're going to share my clue?
So even if you get the win.
You have to go.
Yeah. Even if you get the win, you have a target on your back because you just threatened me.
Right. Like, there was no way that was going to work. But also, I just didn't see how Gracie was going to believe. Like, if Naomi showed the clue, then Gracie can interpret that any way that she wants, right? Mm-hmm. But the fact that she doesn't show anything, she just says, I'm pretty sure Adam, not the person I have a clue for, is related to Dustin Hoffman, then the information that Naomi is giving you is the same as the information everybody else gave you, right? Everyone is like compiling what they think.
But she was a good salesperson.
I guess.
She sold it really well. She was like,
how did she do that?
I won't do this, but I will tell you this. I am 95% sure. And then she pulled a couple things from the clue all.
Right.
And so I thought I was like, this is masterful.
It's masterful because it worked on Gracie. Like, they must have really been like, okay, yes, the two of us are gonna work together. Gracie must have really believed that, because I was just like, I don't know why you would believe what someone thinks any different than the other people that told you what they think, right? Mm-hmm. Well, anyway, let's get to it. So we have the guess off.
Because it's tense and you want something from that person, so you're paying more attention. So
and you want to believe that you're going to be loyal to each other?
Or that you're getting something, that you're playing the situation well.
I don't know where Dustin Hoffman came from. I mean, I'm sure that somewhere Naomi had considered it.
Well, I think she just...
but was pretty sure it wasn't true. She had to be pretty sure it wasn't true.
Yeah,
to lay it out there.
I think it's if I was guessing, I would say it's one of those ones where if you were looking at the clue wall, you might just be doing some free associating, like,
right,
oh, there's that makes me think of this movie, or that makes me think of that movie, and then you put that in your back pocket, and you're like, all right, well, I can always play one of those as if it's a justification for something. Oh, because that did make me think of that thing.
Right, because everything on the wall can be convinced into anything.
And maybe Naomi is that smart.
We're going to go to our guess off, where we know two people are going, and we know Gracie Lou is one of the people who is going to be guessing. So she gets up there, and she has to choose someone. And I honestly, in this moment, was like, the only person who has been large in this edit is Jill.
Yeah, and the thing is, I liked Jill so much. I said it in the last episode that she just looks like a nice person. She looks like somebody I want to be friends with.
She did look like a nice, sweet person who just didn't know very much. So, a bummer to get rid of her already, because she wouldn't have been big competition, I don't think. But Jill is going to come on up there, and Jill's going to do what she's sort of been primed to do. Guess Miguel.
With a name she's never pronounced before.
She doesn't know who it is. She does pronounce it correctly. She says Antonio Banderas to Miguel and the Jonas Bros.
Which is, Miguel loves this.
He's eating it up. Mm-hmm. And honestly, Diedrich was eating it up because, okay, we're going to get wrong.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he was acting up a storm.
And Diedrich's like, what? He is like, I was like, why is he
a little too much?
A little too much, because we get a whole Ocean's 11.
Oh man, when they replayed that Steven Soderbergh montage,
oh my gosh, I was like, wait, Diedrich was in on it? It was a whole setup, a whole plan?
You kick me out of a room and don't let me eavesdrop, I'll show you.
Absolutely masterful. Well done, gentlemen. I love to see it.
I love to see it from those two people, especially because, you know, with the Jackson slip up, he seems like he's in the hot seat. And
right.
With Miguel, people making this big assumption, although we know it's dead wrong. You know, two people that are kind of, you know, on the outside, getting together and making a plan. I loved it.
2 outsiders, 2 underdogs getting up in there. I love it. I hope we get to see more of it from them. They outplayed these Jill and some other people, and so we're gonna now find out that Jill.
Spoiler. I don't know if it's spoiler.
This isn't spoiler.
Okay.
This aired.
Right.
This Jill
I don't
is
understand how
John
TV works.
Stamos' niece. John Stamos!
Those eyes.
How cute. Well, now
Now
is he the connection to the twins? Because he just was in a show with the Olsen twins.
We're both Gemini.
They actually are Geminis.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I don't remember, but I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a thing. I might be wrong.
Who knows? Maybe that was, but that would be odd for them to, or maybe somebody else is Olsen twins.
Right? Oh my gosh.
I think that whole family is involved in performing, right?
Yeah.
John Stamos.
John
folks.
Stamos, how fun! That was so cute.
Played Blackie.
Full House and
General Hospital.
General Hospital.
Drummer for the Beach Boys.
That's right. Drummer. Very cute. Way to go, Jill. Sorry to see you go. She's gonna leave, and now Gracie has to come up.
Mm-hmm.
She's got to guess, and I am just like, I think both of us were like, do not call him Miguel.
Yeah.
Do not call him Miguel.
We just didn't want it.
Don't
was just
do it.
A bad look.
It is. It's a bad look.
But I wasn't thinking that she wouldn't do it because
I didn't know who
she was making some abrasive decisions.
I couldn't have guessed that she would actually do the Adam vote, but
yeah.
she does. She calls up Adam.
Incredible.
And I'm first like relieved that it's not Miguel, but I was like, why is she so dumb that she believed what Naomi said?
And Naomi's over there trying not to smile.
No, Naomi's like, oh boy, okay, I'm acting, here we go. And Gracie is gonna say Dustin Hoffman out of the effing blue.
The ether.
Uh-huh. And guess what? She's wrong. And Naomi's like,
I hope that Naomi immediately went to Adam and said, I did that.
I don't know if you would have revealed that or not.
I would want
Yeah?
to say, you owe me.
You owe me.
I
saved you.
I told her I'm 100% sure that you're Dustin Hoffman. So 1, you've been in the hot seat. No one's going to put you right up again. And 2, you owe me because I just saved your ass. Help me figure out how to clue.
The Greek yogurt. Oh, he does those commercials. That's hilarious.
Because he's Greek, right? Stamos?
Stethoscope. John Stamos was on ER. That's right.
Oh, was he on ER? Yeah. He was on General Hospital and then ER. Boy, he's got a whole medical
Oh,
career.
that stethoscope could be for that too. The car and the surfboard. Yeah.
I don't know that he's so known for General Hospital. That was when I was young.
Yeah, that's old school. Well, Gracie, it was good to see you. I thought you came out strong, but you got outplayed by Naomi. I'm so impressed with Naomi and Miguel.
But
Gracie
Naomi
is wrong.
But Naomi might be too smart for her own good.
Oh, sure.
If she's
so
what do you
that
think?
means
Yeah.
we
What do you
have
think
to.
the level of fame is? Wait, but with Gracie though, we know who her person is.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
So Gracie, we find out, is John Cryer's niece.
Another fellow baldy. Bearded baldy.
Rat Pack adjacent. Like, I think Naomi was like, wow, I outplayed you. And then she was like, whoa, our people 100% know each other.
Yes.
We might have been in the same room at some point.
Though the two of them might have been in the same room. Because I do think
John Cryer and Molly Ringwald they have definitely been in the same room. Yeah.
Yeah. In a movie called Pretty in Pink. Probably some other ones as well. But yeah.
Oh, that was it? Okay, great. So we get this. I first was like, oh, 2 Warner Brothers people, because that's all I can ever think about is Warner Brothers. Full House and 2.5 Men were both on my studio. And
what about Fuller House?
And Fuller House. They went to the same stage. Stage 24, by the way. Full House stage, Fuller House stage, and the Friends stage. That's a really nice stage right there. Some good shows. Those are some celebs. Any hoozle. now I understand the duck.
Uh-huh.
John Cryer is Ducky.
Ducky from Pretty in Pink.
Not Duck Dynasty.
A movie you don't need to go revisit is Fresh Horses.
No?
The sequel to Pretty in Pink.
There was a sequel?
Kind of.
Was Molly in it?
It's like an extension.
And was
movie.
Jake Ryan in it?
Jake Ryan is
The
16
hot guy.
Candles.
Oh. No,
I think.
I confused them then.
Yeah. But there's a Jake Ryan-esque person.
I'm sure there is.
I forget who it is.
Anyhoozle,
Like an Andrew McCarthy or something.
this is
like
a
that.
very cute little ending. We literally got John Cryer there. Not just a video. We get 2 videos here.
Brooke, I also love Hiding Out because it's just so fun with the colored hair and to see them. Cause that was like a first role from, hey, we're playing teenagers to, oh no, now we're adults and there's bullets and crime and everything like that happening. Yeah, I think Hiding Out's a good transition movie for John Cryer.
Right? We learned that the army men, that
Two and
there
a
was a
half men.
half one. Like, I was never going to put that
No
together.
one
You're
was.
thinking military movie
Yeah.
at that point. But John Cryer clearly lives in Malibu or down the road from wherever this house is, and said, hey, let me know when she gets eliminated. I'll come on down.
If I'm in town, I'll come on down and pick her up.
Right? That was so
He's
cute.
good uncle.
He was very fun. They did a cute little bit with him being like, come on. And she was
Yeah,
like,
second
"Aw."
episode.
You know, that was adorable.
It was adorable. And then
Way to be down for
Alexa plays a Duckman.
the Duckman. Way to be down for the bit, John.
Mm-hmm.
Very cute, very fun. Yeah, I was disappointed because I did think Gracie was smart, but boy, I think Naomi is really one to watch now. And, you know, was worried about Miguel, but he's obviously figuring some things out here.
I'm interested to see what type of alliance he can build by doing moves like that. Hey, let's pull a trick.
Right.
Because at some point, if he makes it and if he's smart, he'll bring somebody into.
Well, he has to build agency in the game, right? He's an underdog. Diedrich obviously was like, ooh, I'll work with you. But after they sort of build a little agency and they can maybe pull in another person or something, then maybe they can make some moves. Yeah.
But if you're Miguel, you just don't want to be the guesser.
Yeah.
Put me up all day long and keep guessing
Well,
Latinx people.
unless he
and
figures something out.
just keep guessing Latinx people, and I'll just keep deflect that. You'll keep going home. So his main thing is I don't want to be the guesser. That's why I think he was
right, because he didn't have any information yet. If he wins something and gets some information, I mean, that's always the goal for anyone, to win and get to pull a clue. But yeah, I think Miguel came in with a really smart play that he's going to play into being a Latino, and if that is wrong, like he's alluding to it being wrong, they're going to be guessing wrong for the rest of the season.
Now, I don't feel like there is great interpersonal communication vibes going on in this cast.
Okay.
Like, I don't see like as much flow of conversation. It could be the edit.
It's just the editing.
But in previous seasons I have. And next episode, one of our favorite games is going to happen.
With the
And
phone?
it's all about kind of being able to pick up that communication. So I think that's going to be a wild one.
Yes, it looks like the phone game is back already, which is very, very fun. But it also is when people get frustrated with you, and I've got no new guesses. I know who no one is except for Mellencamp, but I learned nothing else in this episode.
But I think we can. Well, we did.
We
learned that Mackenzie, the person, has a goatee.
Right, but what does that mean?
And we can start trying to work on that. You know, alimony, chastity,
right,
giraffe.
See if that brings up thoughts. Yeah.
That'll bake your noodle.
The San Francisco trolley. Okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh. If
Oh.
anyone was related to the
Estevez
Charlie Sheen,
family.
but that's Latin. So I don't think it is, but I feel like we've already got a small world, right? John Cryer and what was the other one? John Stamos. They're already semi-connected.
They're both named John.
And then we know Molly Ringwald is connected. Mellencamp, I don't think Mellencamp, although probably
who loves themselves.
John Stamos probably drummed for John Mellon. Okay. Mm-hmm. They're all named John. That we know.
Oh my
Everybody's
goodness!
name is John.
What if every single person's name, John Stamos, John Cooper,
all the men are Johns, and the women can be Robin and or that and that. Yeah, all of that.
What if everybody this season is named John or Joni?
Yes, the telephone one is the best.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys, we thought this was a fun episode. Thank you so much for joining us to chat about it. You guys in the chat are so fun. Thank you very much. If you're joining later, leave us a comment. Let us know your thoughts about losing Gracie, losing Jill. If you have any guesses, no spoilers, just guesses.
And songs. If you want to just record a little song and put that in as a...
I wish they can do songs in the comments.
Oh, no?
No. But that sounds fun.
Maybe put a link to
just some lyrics. Oh, yeah. Link it to your song.
SoundCloud.
Great. All righty, you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.